And also, let's not forget Blackrock. Again, I just covered Blackrock recently. BlackRock recommended that optimal portfolio or optimal performance for a portfolio is about 85% Bitcoin. 85% Bitcoin. This is out of their own analysts. Many people missed it, but I covered it recently. They're starting to invest. They're starting to invest everywhere. I mean, they probably own the world already, but still, they're doing more. So now they're doing this co-investing thing in India, and basically they're going to be looking at tech. They know a lot of tech companies are out of India, and crypto companies as well. So they are already gearing up. Okay, they are locked and loaded, waiting for this next bull run, as we all should, because this one will be very different than all previous ones. Institutional money will be flowing in. Unlike previous cycles, very little, if at any, institutional money came in. This time around, there will be massive, massive, I'm talking about trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars sitting on the sidelines, waiting to enter, and will enter, and who knows how high things will get. Like Jack Dorsey and Michael Saylor is asking Coinbase to support Lightning Network. Binance recently integrated Lightning Network, so these guys are saying, hey, Coinbase, you need to join. You need to keep up, right? But here's the thing. Solana, which has been doing relatively well recently, Solana has been going up 52% in the last 30 days. That's not shabby. Actually, that's even better than XRP. That's kind of crazy. So Solana, I don't actually know why they're going up other than they were oversold. But, and Totally is like, you know what? Screw Lightning Network. Everyone should just embrace Solana and USDC because it is the cheapest and fastest way to transfer, even cheaper than Lightning Network. Okay, so that's surprising. But I don't think anyone's going to be ditching Bitcoin and Lightning Network for Solana. But, here's the thing that Anatoly did not put into this graph. I don't know if he made this graph, but something he did not take into account is downtimes. If you measure downtimes between Bitcoin network and Solana's network, Bitcoin is at 0, Solana is at probably 50. On-chain accumulation trend, okay? 1 is very strong stacking pressure, 0 is weak, and we're somewhere in the middle, a little bit past the middle. We're at 0.6, so it's not super hot yet, but the accumulation has definitely started, and we're definitely not in crypto winter, nowhere close to that, right? So again, this is a great time to be stocking up, DCAing, and making sure that you accumulate, because these big boys are coming. They are coming, and they are going to take as many Bitcoins as they can, okay? And the next cycle after this, there's going to be very, very, very little Bitcoin left in existence for retail investors, because I do believe all these fund managers and all these big institutions, they will be buying tens of thousands of Bitcoins, taking them out of circulation, and, unfortunately, by then, retail investors that want to get in, it'll be a little bit too late for them, because Bitcoin will be at $300,000 or $500,000 or $1 million. And it's going to be really, really, really hard to afford even 0.1 Bitcoin at that point, right? So make sure you load up while things are still cheap, okay? Also, near term, Bollinger Bands on a 1-week scale is tightest ever in Bitcoin's history. Whenever we talked about squeezes, Bollinger Bands is a major indicator that a lot of people look at. Whenever there is a squeeze, there tends to be a volatile breakout one way or another. It could break out upside or downside, okay? So, we've been talking about this for quite some time. Bollinger Band, there will be some kind of mass movement, okay? I think it'll be to the upside. I think we still have a lot of momentum right now. I don't think that has changed. The fundamentals of Bitcoin definitely has not changed. Everything is still looking good. So, I think that next leg up could be right around the corner. But overall, long term, Bitcoin is looking fantastic. Fantastic. All right. And we'll see what happens this afternoon when Fed Chair Powell, of course, does his thing, right? If he is more dovish than hawkish, well, that could be a major catalyst too that, makes this skyrocket. So you could see headline news is GDP grew at 2.4%, okay, in second quarter, topping expectations, right? Remember, I've been calling this. I'm like, where's this deep recession that people keep calling, right? I know we're already in a recession, but people are saying, well, it's going to get much worse, and we might fall in depression, and people are still saying that, right? Where's that coming from? Because all these numbers are indicating that the U.S. economy is strong, very damn strong. Job market is strong. Unemployment is strong, not heading higher. And you still have plenty of growth. Like GDP is still growing at 2.4%. Even Powell said that he does not believe that the U.S. is going to go into a recession. I mean, he refused to acknowledge that we are already in a recession. But even basically, he's saying it's not going to get worse, okay? We might have modest growth, okay? But we're still having growth. So that's pretty positive. Before when we get like a headline news like this or economic reading like this, it would actually drop the market. But now people are starting to realize that, hey, yesterday's rate hike may be the last one we ever see in the U.S., okay? At least until we get a next bubble or something like that. So that's the positive thing, okay? And it was supposed to be, forecasted 1.8%. So we obviously blew away expectations. I mentioned about jobless claims, jobs. And so, again, forecasted to have 235,000 people on unemployment, came in under 221,000. That's great, okay? And when we get the next reading for jobs, ADP jobs report or something like that, it's probably will come in way above. The last few, we were at like 500,000 jobs added per month. So jobs are going up, unemployment is going down, growth is still going higher. And so, I mean, these are all fantastic things. Okay, that means the economy is moving forward. McDonald's, revenue and profit sky high. Okay, so obviously people have not stopped going to McDonald's. That's a really fancy looking McDonald's. I have not seen one that fancy anywhere. Yeah, that's really fancy. I can't even tell if that's real. So McDonald's doing really good. Even Facebook, Mark is pretty happy. Facebook reported spectacular earnings and revenue, so they're doing pretty good as well. And then we know Apple did not report yet, I don't think. Microsoft and Google did, and they were spectacular. So all the big tech companies are doing really well. So things are just good. Again, I know a lot of people like to scream, recession, and doom and gloom, and how it's going to get so much worse. But all these numbers do not support that thesis. The thesis is we are recovering. And this is definitely the time to be more bullish than bearish. Because if you're bearish, you're just going to be missing out on a whole lot of gains that are coming.